Hello there, welcome back. How to make money with membership sites. Continuing on this video series. And this time we're going to be looking at some of the different membership site models, going back into history at the different pricing points, the different membership structures of those that have worked and, well, I guess those more recently that haven't worked. We'll also be looking at some of the questions that you need to be asking yourself as you look towards putting together your own membership site, either for you or maybe for a client, and deciding whether this is the right way to go with your own business. We can learn from history. Let's get started. Back in 1998, one of the first membership sites that I remember hearing about was Bill Meyer's Ideas Bank. Now, it was a $1,000 a year site, by memory, that's what I'm thinking or remembering, it was somewhere thereabouts, and of course enabled a select group of people who were members to build up a community, a forum within this particular site of not just learning from what Bill was putting forward, but also learning from themselves. Tremendously valuable. Another notable site was the Jim Store Study Group. If I recall correctly, this particular site was based on and made special by its limited number of memberships. And there's two different strategies that I guess when you look about it, to create that special factor that I mentioned in the previous video, you could do as Mike Enlow did with his Inner Circle in 2001, you could do both. Now I was a member of Mike Enlow's Inner Circle for many, many years. An absolutely fantastic site with tremendous content. I have then in years past, years since, used it as the model. Having both, where possible, a high price point for my membership sites, but also a limited number of memberships, which gave that special factor to my clients. And this is something that I want you to consider as we move through this particular series about how to create that uniqueness, that special factor. You see, the thing is, on the front end we have sales copy. Sales copy creates the desire to want to be a part of. But once someone buys a product, once someone gets inside a membership site, they're either going to have, I guess, one of a couple of different reactions. Number one, they're going to just be thrilled and go, "Whoa, dude, look at all of this stuff. I am impressed." Or it's not going to meet their expectations and they're going to suffer what's called buyer's remorse. Now we hear about this a lot, especially for those who, for example, use ClickBank or PayPal within their merchant facilities. Buyer's remorse is often responsible for high refund rates. Now, I'm not talking about those people that, come in, buy something, refund it 5 minutes later before they've even looked at it. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about those types of people who read that sales copy on the front end, build up some kind of expectation, which then isn't delivered on the back end. A good membership site will do and prevent that from happening by having incredible content, a good pricing point, but offering the special factor of limited memberships. And I'm not talking about, hey, we've only got 300 left. No, rubbish. If you're going to have 1,000 paid members, then have 1,000 paid members. If you need 5,000 paid members to make your site financially viable, then have 5,000. Don't bullshit people and tell them that you're going to give them or do something that you're not going to do. It's important that you understand, because you must decide, first up, is your site going to be a high-ticket item, which of course is for a limited audience, as the examples I just gave you? Or are you going to look more at a low-priced item that has more of a mass appeal? Now this is interesting because most people getting started will target that low-priced item, that mass appeal. Oh, if I make this just, $7. Lots of people are going to buy it and order it. Well, not necessarily. And will it be worthwhile? I don't know. But here's an example. My particular site, which I mentioned in the previous video, Maximum Success University, $47 a month. That's the starting price point while I'm still building it. Hasn't got all the content in there yet. Still working on it, putting it together. But once it's finished, it will go to a $500 a year product. Once I've then built up that a little further, I'll probably close it off at $1,000 a year. But I would like to build up that membership first to 1,000 members at the $500 price point, and then close it off, because I know I can manage 1,000 members and provide service and respond to those 1,000 members. These are some of the things that you must also decide. Do not think, even for a moment, that the more sales you can get, the better it's going to be. Hey, the truth is this: the more sales you get, the more service you're going to have to provide, and sometimes that can be a problem. Some of the questions you might need to ask yourself along the way is, first of all, what will your site do for people? That's the sell, the sales copy. How will it build the dream? What will it do? What will it promise? What will they then achieve? What will they achieve? Once they've become members, you need to meet their expectations. What's the result that your customers are going to get once they have been inside your members area, once they've become a paying customer? When you've been able to determine those two different factors, you can then look more carefully and then say, okay, so who is your target market? Exactly. And if we go back to the previous video, remember, are we looking at a high-priced ticket item for a smaller number of members? Or are we looking at a low-priced ticket item for a whole bunch of members? This will help you decide where you need to go in making that decision. Competitor profile placement. What's your USP? What's the unique selling proposition? What is it that you are going to be offering in your membership site? The one I was looking at this morning, I spoke about this in the previous video, was a site which sold PLR products for the Internet Marketing Membership, the Internet Marketing Marketplace. Now that's a specific, it's not necessarily unique, but it is, the USP, the unique selling proposition. Well, the selling proposition was PLR products for Internet marketing, Internet business. See, a lot of people will just go, well, I'm going to have a website for PLR products and I'm just going to offer as much as I can in all different areas. Well, that might not necessarily be what people are looking for. And when you look at your competitors, if that's what they're offering, you will often find, more likely, greater success by narrowing, going more into the niche, so to speak. And what is it that you can offer that is unique? Well, this lady was offering what appeared to be, and I have ordered one, I've yet to actually review it, but appeared to be good quality PLR products with video, audio, and PDF attachments specifically for the Internet Marketing Master. Now, is it unique? Well, no, because there are others around. But it appeared that the professionalism was certainly unique because there's a lot of rubbish around. But if you can come up with something for your business that is unique, or at least a direct selling proposition, such as with Maximum Success University, it's all about e-product creation and e-product sales. It's not about AdSense, it's not about CPA, it's all about products, electronic download delivery products, and making that area of a business work. That's its selling proposition. Is it unique? Not entirely, except all the content that you'll need is there in one place. Perhaps that's unique, but I can't guarantee it. Still working on that one. But what can you offer that is unique? How will you offer or provide the new content to your customers to maintain and keep that special uniqueness factor up? I mean, will it be delivered? Bang, like they do at MSU. You come in, there it is. It's all there for you in one place. You get access straight away. Or are you going to offer some kind of drip feed function? Drip feed function, as I mentioned in the previous video, is where, well, they get access to some now, and then they get access to some later, and then they get access to some a little while after that, and then, well, that's what we hope will keep them as members. I'm going to suggest to you that you do both. You give them up front, everything, and then unannounced bonuses to make them not just happy. We don't want people to be happy. We want them to be ecstatically happy. There are many businesses out there that make their customers happy. We want our customers to be ecstatically happy. Woohoo! Hey, man, check this out. We want them to be just thrilled to bits. And this is unique because most don't go the extra mile. Now on your content, let's have a look. Let's ask the question, is it going to be limited time-wise, or will it be evergreen? Recently, I went back through all of my own products. And as I was going back through them, 32 different training programs in all, 3 of them just didn't make the cut to be republished at MSU, simply because they were so far out of date, they were beyond help. So what did I do? Click, delete. Not much else. Limited content. Now, limited content is good if within your marketplace people need updates, people need refreshing news, people need the latest information. That's all good. Oh boy, is that a lot of work. Evergreen content is where you can write and create and deliver something now, and it's just as valuable in 1 year, 5 year, 10 years' time. Evergreen content. I invested an entire year to repackage all of my own programs recently and make them evergreen. Because with a couple of them, it was the 3rd or 4th time I'd had to re-record the audio track for the video. Now this audio track, as I'm putting this forward to you right now, I'm only going to need to record this once, because the material in this course is evergreen. It's not going to change. It's based on foundation. It's based on principles. It's based on strategies and philosophies that are, evergreen. They're always going to be true. It's not based on technique, which may change. It's not based on the way in which we deliver something, which may change. Now, later on, I'll be talking to you about some different membership site scripts. As I record that video, they will all be online. But in 10 years' time, I cannot guarantee that those particular membership site scripts are still going to be available. Therefore, it becomes limited content. It's a good question that you need to ask yourself about what's going into your membership site. Here's another one. When it comes to the content, is it going to be just that once off? Or is it going to be monthly or quarterly updated? This will be determined by the first question, limited or evergreen. We look at the same thing for the billing though. Will it be a one-off purchase price as I offer currently in the OTO at Maximum Success University? Or will it be a monthly or perhaps quarterly or even annual billing, ongoing residual? These are the questions you need to answer for yourself before you begin on your journey. A few more to ask is, how will you manage your customer service? How will you manage it? Now, for myself, I set up a support desk, something I'll be showing you a little while later as to how that was done. But what will you do? Will you just use the built-in contact form? Will you have a support desk? Will you just hit reply email? What happens if you get 1,000 members in 24 hours like I did? And what happens if you get 400 of them need help instead of just 4? You'd like to know the answer before that happens, just in case, wouldn't you? I did, and that's why I did it the way I did. Also inside your members area, will you offer different access levels, different pricing points? Good question. Will you have like a bronze, a gold, a platinum, or will it be across the board? Easy to ask. Most people will have 2, but what about 3 different levels? You could have 4. Good membership site scripts, you can have as many as you want. But you need to decide beforehand, before you set the darn thing up. Because I can tell you now that if you set it up and you've got a few hundred pages inside your membership site and you decide, well, I'm going to go and create me a new level, you have got a right royal mess ahead of you updating all of those pages to reflect the changes that you want to make. And the final question here, this is so important. How will you build a social community? Here is the number one way to make a membership site fail. Did you hear that silence? Did you hear it? That's what happens when you want your membership site to fail. You don't talk to them and you don't let them talk to each other. A social community is the opportunity for members to interact with other members, to discuss ideas, to criticize if they want, to complain if they need. It gives you a chance to see what's going on, but also to encourage and to lift up and to build and to motivate, and basically to get engaged with each other and within your site. The social community is the most important aspect of every and any membership site. How will you build that? Just an online forum? That's the most common. But there may be other ways you can look at as well. Perhaps as that community builds, you can get some of your premium or platinum members to help manage the forum in exchange for free membership. Why not? Different offers, different ideas, but it is very, very important. So there's some of the questions that you need to ask as you design and determine your membership site model. How will your site run? What will it be like? These are things that I wish I had gone through and asked myself before I began building membership sites. Now for the future, yes, it's easy. I'm just here to tell you today that it's so much easier when you ask these questions first. So take some time out right now. If you're looking at starting a membership site soon, or perhaps you've just begun one or looking to upgrade and make changes to your current one before you go on to the next video, just jot down some notes about this particular video. What are your thoughts? What are your feelings? What are your questions? What do you think you need to know? What do you then need to get answered? Determine those things. Have a cuppa. Come back and I'll talk to you again in the next video. Okay. Bye-bye.